Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day. So last night I went to the meeting for ranchers in Medora, and although they never said the words New World Order, they discussed a lot of the things the New World Order is doing that will impact the cattle industry here in the United States, and specifically North Dakota. The very first, he had the 10, this isn't necessarily his top 10, but he said the 10 things that he sees being the biggest trend at the moment. His number one thing was globalization. That was his number one thing that he put up there, the first thing he talked about. Now, I want to say I don't necessarily think that's the most important thing, the way he worded it. I don't think 1 through 10 had any kind of certain value, but I feel like it was a sign from God that the number one thing that he brought up was globalization and deglobalization, and how that's going to affect the cattle industry in the United States. So these guys, man, I'm telling y'all, God brought me out here for a reason. And with everything I know about the corruption in our government, it's probably going to be, I'm going to help these people stand up to whatever's coming. So it was a very cool meeting. I wish I would have filmed it, man. Looking back now, I probably should have filmed it, because he talked about artificial intelligence, tractors that drive themselves, and there's a little robot that goes along at 15 miles an hour and zaps weeds with herbicide. And they're talking about like a 60% reduction in the use of herbicide because of this new robot. Because instead of just going out and spraying the whole field, this robot moves along at 15 miles an hour. When it sees a weed, it zaps it with the herbicide and keeps going, man. So these things are also going to reduce the number of people needed to run a ranch. And that's another thing they brought up. They're having a super hard time finding people to work. You know, this ranch I'm working on now, he hired another guy like 2 weeks before I got here. That guy came from Nebraska, and I came all the way from Michigan. And listening to them talk, there's just nobody wants to ranch anymore. It's too hard. It's too hard, and too many obstacles, and blah, blah, blah. Like, everybody's giving up on this old school way of life, and everybody wants everything easy, man. And I'm telling y'all, this desire for easy, and I'm speaking this for personal experiences of my life, this desire to have everything easy is going to screw our nation. It goes back to that saying, what was it? Hard times create good men create easy times create weak men create hard times, and the cycle starts all over again. And I'm telling y'all, man, we got to get away from this mindset of everything needs to be easy. Life is hard, dude. Life will kick you in your ball sack, and you got to stand up to it, and you got to fight back, because that's just the way it goes, man. Even the Bible says that. The Bible, and people don't believe in God because bad things happen. That makes no sense. And the Bible does not say anywhere that life is easy and that God's going to make your life easy. That's not in there. So for you to think that there is no God because life is hard and bad things happen, that's ridiculous, and that's contrary to what the Bible says. Okay, I'm getting kind of off track here, but yeah, I wanted to stop in and talk about this. I thought the one I went to last night was the 50th anniversary of this, so I thought it was pretty cool. The first one I ever went to was the 50th anniversary, and I got a little memorial flag, the flag you used to chase the cows with, and they gave us a free pair of gloves. So, very blessed. And I'll tell you, these old ranchers, man, they are not just going to roll over and quit selling cows because the New World Order says so. And the first guy that spoke was the president of the agriculture department at North Dakota State University, Greg Lundy. And, you know, after he gave his presentation, he opened it up for questions. And I was the first person to ask a question. And my question was, how long will it be before lab-grown meat has a negative impact on the cattle industry? And he said, that's a good question. So he kind of broke it down in the sense that right now, Bayer, you know, Bayer aspirin, the people that help make the gas for the gas chambers in Nazi Germany, they're throwing billions at it. And he's like, you know, when you throw billions and billions and billions of dollars at something, eventually you're probably going to get something to stick. But right now, the two biggest hurdles to the lab-grown meat question is the cost, because everything they use is medical grade, so they can't, it's really hard to turn a profit. And the other thing is they have to fill it up with salt and preservatives to get it to stay good long enough to ship it and allow people to eat it. So he thinks it's going to be years. He never gave an exact date, I don't remember, but he said it's going to be years before lab-grown meat ever impacts the actual cattle industry. So I'm going to do more about this later. I got to get to work. I just wanted to chat with y'all while I was driving the tractor up to the feedlot. Y'all have a great day. God bless. May the Republic stand strong. God bless America.